Hey everybody, how you doing there? So I just figured it's been over a week since I talked to you guys, so I thought I'd do a quick update and keep you informed. So new channel subscription, Matt H. Welcome to the channel. This is the Matt that I think it is, and I'm pretty sure it is. Good to hear from you, brother. Hope everything's going well. We'll talk a little bit about more about that in a minute here. One correction for this week. I couldn't remember the name of the part of your throat. Hey, buddy. I couldn't remember the part of your throat that where the mucus built up. Well, it's called the mucosa, and apparently my mucosa, like I said before, is in better shape than most people that just finishing up their radiation. Usually week 6, week 7, it's really gets nasty. So apparently I'm more lucky than most in regard to the mucosa. Symptoms, additions, and updates. So symptoms, the slimy spit has gone away a little bit. It's not nearly as bad on my tongue, but now it seems to be worse in my mouth. Not as bad as it was on my tongue, but it's still there. It's not pleasant. But the stringy spit, I never talked about the stringy spit. So sometimes when you spit and you get that hanger like that. Well, the spit that I have had and I still have is that on steroids. I mean, like when I spit out the slimy stuff in my mouth, I usually get that stringy spit, and it's disgusting to talk about, but I'm gonna put it out there. This stuff will hang there for 10 minutes. I mean, you got to keep on spitting and try and get rid of it. And a lot of times I have to take like a tissue and wipe it off to get rid of it, and it's always present, and it's just a pain. And it stays that way until I get rid of everything, all this mucosa or mucus in my mouth. And even then, sometimes my spit is still stringy because it's thicker than normal. Do you know what I mean? I'm always talking about pleasantries. Difficulty urinating. I never really brought this up, but so when you start chemotherapy is really hard on your kidneys, and so at the beginning of chemotherapy and at the end of chemotherapy, in the 4-hour session or so, they give you 200 milliliter bags of whatever it is, basically hydration, and that's to keep your kidneys flushing, because chemotherapy, like I said, is really bad on your kidneys. So, and then the following day, on Tuesday morning, after radiation, I would go and get another bag of fluid, and it's really important to stay fluid in between those cycles, just to keep things moving. But even with all that, it's still difficulty getting urine started. Once you start urinating, you're okay, but getting it going is kind of tough, and it's still going on. That's been going on for months. I just never talked about it. Yeah. My mouth numbness is still there. It's worse than numbness. It's actually maybe even different than just numbness. So yeah, it's numb, but it also tingles, if that makes sense. So I don't know if it's tingling and you feel it's tingling. Is it numb? I can kind of, for clarification's sake, I can kind of say that it's tingling so much that it's numb, if that makes sense. It's tingling so much that it's numb, but it's not numb to the point where I can't feel it tingling. Yeah, I don't know where else to go with that. And I just realized what a beautiful day it is here in Central Florida. Although there's a huge dark cloud looming over me, so it's probably going to start raining here shortly. But it's really super warm. It's got to be like close to 80 degrees right now. If you live somewhere where it's cold, I'm sorry. You're choosing to do that though, for the most of you. So it's on you. Taste buds still bad. Yeah. I feel like I'm going to break out. I feel like something's going to change. Something's going to happen. It's going to get better soon. I was able to choke down a whole scrambled egg the other day. So that's big news. I mean, it's the first thing I've really eaten, other than a bite here and a nibble there in quite some time. So um, it didn't taste bad. It didn't taste like metal mush. It didn't taste good. I'll just say it was kind of inert, and it didn't really have much flavor. But anyway, and I've had a runny nose almost every day. I was worried the first couple times it happened. I was scared because I thought, no, I'm getting a cold. Because for me to get a cold, it's a major thing, right? That's why I haven't gone out of the house a whole lot lately. Little things here and there where it's kind of isolated. There's not many people I can do, but I try to avoid like the supermarket where I'm touching like carts that a million people have touched and all that kind of stuff. And if I do go, I decontaminate that damn thing, all the edges and everything, the handle, everything. I'm not going to take any chances. Restless leg syndrome is still there. I'm still bouncing my legs. Matter of fact, you can probably see my body going like this while I'm sitting here doing this video because I'm bouncing my legs. I can't help it. It's just, yeah. I haven't taken it is attributed. That was weird. It's attributed to the steroids I was taking. When I go in for chemotherapy, they give me a little cup full of pills, and 3 of them are steroids. So I've been out of chemo now for like 8 days. So yeah, by the way, today is SITREP 23, the 16th of January 2020. So yeah, I've been out of chemotherapy since the 8th of January, so 8 days ago. So, but I guess it's going to take another, little while to get out of this cycle. Hopefully that'll happen soon because I'm really tired of my legs bouncing all the time and all that. Symptoms, as far as on a positive note, I've been sleeping through the night pretty much since I finished chemotherapy, or maybe a day or two after that. I've been sleeping through the night, and before that would not happen. I would wake up to go to the bathroom once or twice, or I'd wake up and I wouldn't be able to get back to bed, usually 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So then I'd get up and screw around on the computer for an hour and a half or so. If it was really early, I'd take another pain pill. Like if I woke up at 2, sometimes I'd take another pain pill just so I could get back to sleep. But no, I've been sleeping through the night, which is pretty good. And additions, I think I mentioned this before. My strength is strapped. I mean, I just got no juice. I got no juice at all. I can kind of hear it in my voice that I got a little bit of strength today, but generally speaking, yeah, not so much, not so good. Updates. So I came the closest I have been ever since I started this chemotherapy radiation thing to barfing this week. I came really close. I was coughing. Some weird thing was going on in my throat. I was in the bathroom and I was about to pray to the porcelain god, and then for some reason I was able to quell it. And I never throw up. Like, I just don't do it. So yeah, that was kind of scary. And I've said that I've been maintaining my weight. That's not entirely true. So I've been saying I've been maintaining my weight as long as I'm within a pound or 2 here and there. But I haven't been able to keep my weight up. As a matter of fact, when it's all said and done, and scales, one day you get on, you're 160, the next day you're 168. But the lowest I've been is 164, and that's a loss of about 20 pounds for me. So close as I can tell, I've lost 15 to 20 pounds. I don't know where. I think it's just body mass. I don't feel as beefy. I don't feel as much mass. I have as much mass as I did before. So one thing, kind of an update at work. So I'm kind of a planner. Is mainly what I do. I plan test assets for my program. And I'm kind of a subject matter expert for everything that's combat vehicle and tactical vehicle, really. But so I've been all the test events. I coordinate all the equipment, all the weapons, all the vehicles, all the ammunition, all that stuff. And usually, so Matt H, the new subscriber this week, is my primary point of contact out in Arizona. Matter of fact, I just went into testing Monday, so Matt plays a key role when in between test events or fit events. Matt and I are the ones that are kind of shucking and jiving and going back and forth as far as what's needed and how we're going to do things and all that, and what I need to do my job. Matt was the guy on the ground out there that goes scrambles and gets everything. Well, so we just started one of our final test procedures before we go into acceptance. Started this week, and it's going to last like 3 or 3.5 weeks. So now Matt transitions from being a planner and an asset getter to a test officer. So he's actually out there testing our contractors and our system to make sure it meets all of our product specifications and the statement of work for our program as we speak. So, dude, I so damn wish I was out there with you. You know that. But I know the program's in good hands with you out there, you and Mike, and my boy Greg. Please take care of my boy Greg. He's drinking from a fire hose right now. He's not even a vehicle guy. So, but he's an old tanker. He's an old SAR major, so he'll be fine. But just please keep an eye out for him. I appreciate that. Just so you guys know, Matt is like a #1 support guy, and I mean that, dude. And I appreciate that. And last but certainly not least, I am planning a vacation. So after all this is said and done, probably June, I want to go somewhere and I just want to chill. And I figure I'd take the kids somewhere and the grandkids and just go kind of hang out and break bread with each other or spend some time with each other and kind of relax, and all things kind of pointed to the Caribbean. Well, I don't, you can pick and poke around the internet all day and find all these awesome deals, but then you find out that you're inclusive with your plane tickets. Wow, what a great price. And you look at the flight and it's going from Orlando to Toronto to California and then out to the Caribbean, right? So that's why the flight's so cheap, because it takes you 27 hours to get there. So with 5-hour overlays and stuff. So we figured we'd contact a travel agent. This one I picked had like 137 reviews, all 5 stars. I'm like, that's the one, right? Well, all said and done, we decide on this one place in the Dominican Republic, of all places. Now I know, people are dying there, right? But I figure if it's from bottled liquor, well, if you die from a bottle of liquor and it was from a resort, then a bunch of other people at that resort would die too, right? From the same bottle. But no, that's not the case. It spits and spats here and there. So I figure at a resort, we're safe, right? And I don't care wherever you go, whatever resort you go to, it's like a piece of paradise. No matter what else is going on in that country and what's going on in the world, that place is paradise. So all you have to worry about really is between the airport and the resort, and then you're good. Unless somebody pulls up like they did Al-Shabaab or whoever it was out in the Middle East and pulls up on a jet ski and starts whacking people with an AK-47 and hand grenades. There's that, but that doesn't happen in the Caribbean, right? So anyway, so we're planning this thing, and we come down to this Dominican Republic place, and everybody's kind of giving it the nod, like, yeah, I guess we can do that. So it was one last sniff. I jumped on a TripAdvisor. I'm reading the reviews on there. Oh my God, the food sucks. The place is dated, and if you get the lower ranking rooms, which is the most price conscious rooms, which is, chances are what we got, and I look back at our reservations, yeah, that's what we got. You constantly get harassed to upgrade your room by people, solicitors that's soliciting around your rooms, which is lower end rooms. So I'm like, now not only do I have to walk the farthest to get to the buffet, I got to deal with these ass clowns. I'm like, no. I went back to and she said, the travel advisor had said that she just did a tour of the Dominican Republic recently, like December, and this was one of the resorts that she visited. But of course, when the resort knows there's a bunch of travel agents coming in and visiting to see how the resort is, they're going to channel them to the places they want them to go and see. They're going to make sure the solicitors are out there. Of course, they're not eating, right? So I'm like, well, no wonder she gave it high rating, because they basically pandered to her. So anyway, I went back to her and said, no, we're not doing that. So more and more, I'm kind of leaning toward an Airbnb where you can get, we can get all 7 of us in one house for, like, hell, at that rate, I can get $500 a day I can rent a house with a private beach and freaking jet skis for $500 a day, right here in continental United States. So I'm bang for the buck, man. I think, and what's killing us is I think because we want to go in June, so it's the height of the summer season, and that's the most expensive. But of course, that's when you have less of a chance of getting affected by hurricanes, and the weather's the nicest and all that, right? So you get what you pay for. But anyway, if that's all I'm going to get for $8,000, I don't think I'm going to the Caribbean anytime soon. So anyway, guys, that's what I got for now. Shout out to the Big Red One, duty first, cool. And I don't know. I'll catch you in the next update. All right. So take care, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.